Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is another episode of Makeup Monday. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. We do makeup videos every Monday. Your guys' requests have been amazing, and we might add a second day to our schedule. Maybe. If you really like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Share it if you want to. That always helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you hit that bell, you'll get notifications anytime I post new videos. Okay, so the other night I saw this video for an illusion art called A Torn Face, and I fell in love with it, and I had to see if I could recreate it. And I did it that night, and this afternoon I posted it on my Twitter, and it kind of blew up a little bit. So thank you for everyone that liked it, that shared it, retweeted it, whatever it is we do on Twitter. I really appreciate it. To all those beauty guru drama channels, you guys are real MVPs. Thank you. I did really appreciate it. I wasn't expecting as much of a response as I got to it, so I thought it would be really awesome to do a tutorial on it. The lady who did this video, and I don't remember her name offhand, I'll post it right here. And I will link her tutorial video in the description box below as well. Her video was really easy to follow. However, she did not give instructions. It was just kind of a fast forwarded makeup art look, so you kind of just could watch her, and that's how I followed it. And I thought if other people really like this look from what my post was showing, that they would probably want to try to do it as well. So I thought the best thing for me to do was to do a tutorial the way that I do them for you, as a voiceover tutorial, so that you guys can try to recreate this look as well. This kind of makeup look only looks good in photos. It does not do well in real life and on video. It's really more of an illusion art for photo. While you could wear this out and scare people probably, you're really gonna get the most reaction when you take a photo. And I would suggest, if you're an iPhone user, to use portrait mode, and I think it's stage, so that the background turns black and just your face will be nice, bright, and illuminated and showing that. Because once this is in a black background, it really pops and makes that look gone. Like right now with my teeth, you can see that they're very white and bright, and it throws the whole thing off because now you know my lips are actually there. You can also buy a cheap black foam board from Walmart and use that, or buy a black backdrop, just some fabric from your local craft store. Anyway guys, if you want to learn how to make this torn face, keep on watching. Guys, to start, I'm going to use this paint pot by Wet n Wild. I picked this up at Walgreens. I think it was about $4. It's a nice creamy paint base. And I'll just do a quick swatch for you so you can see how it looks. It's not as thick as a cream-based makeup, and you don't need water to activate it like some of the other paints that I use. I'm just going to pull my hair up really quick. And I'm just going to use a thin paintbrush. I just picked this up at Michael's. I'll zoom you in a little bit. My eye makeup today was from my work. I'm doing this after work tonight. I'm just going to pick up some of that paint on the paint pot. Now you can totally pre-draw this out with some white NYX eyeliner or any eyeliner, but I found just kind of winging it made it seem the best, because when you think about how a tear is, it's not going to be perfect. And instead of doing the triangles like I did on that first one, kind of do these swooping drip motions instead. Again, that makes it look a little more realistic. If you really want to make the face look distorted and like it's torn, I find it best to kind of go through the eyebrow there so you can black it out a little bit. And I like to start at the top in the hairline. That way I know it's going to go all the way up and down properly. Now you can make this as wide or as narrow as you want. There's no real wrong or right way to do this. And I'm just going to fast forward this part for you guys. Just make sure you're not really putting any of those drips on the nose so the whole nose can get blacked out. Now, any of the drips where they come out, you want to fill those in a bit. So we're just going to add some of the red to those areas. And the reason you're doing this is because if it was split, you'd kind of see the blood pool up in that area where it's split out. And don't worry if you make a mistake or it looks a little messy. There's a lot of different layers to this, so you have time to clean up and fix, and the last few details are what's really going to make this look torn and tearing from each other. And now I'm going to take my black activated paint. This is by Snazaroo. I buy these at Michael's. They're about $10, and you can use your coupon on those. This is water activated, but you can still pick some up without it. It is a little heavier and harder to work with if you don't get that water on there. So I'm going to use two brushes. The first one I'm going to use is this e.l.f. foundation brush. This is just to get the bigger areas like my nose and mouth. I'm just going to start filling that in with black, and then we'll go in with a smaller brush to get closer to those red lines that we made. So with that detail brush, I'll just add some water to that, go into the black activated paint, and just fill in more of that gap. So now I'm just taking concealer on a paintbrush, and I'm just kind of dabbing that in certain areas of the red. Now, I believe she used white in her video for highlight, but I felt that if we went with concealer, it would be better for two reasons. One, it wouldn't be so bright and look cartoonish like because it is more of your natural skin tone color, but also being that skin tone color, it would kind of appear like the flesh was ripping with that blood, and I felt that that would just give it a more cohesive and finished look. So I must have shut the camera off at one part too. After you get the black on there, if it is too shiny and you want to mute that a little more, you can add some black powder to set that in. I used Black Hole from the Alien palette to do that. Now these final details that we're about to do are really going to make this image pop in the photo. I'm going to use this contour kit. I'm going to take this darker shade right here. You can use any dark contour shade that you typically use. I use this palette for all my makeup looks, my artistic ones, and anywhere that the blood drips are out, you just gonna kind of shade that out. Start at the drip and then work your way out so most of that powder is at the drip. Now I know you're looking at it thinking, oh girl, yes, I do that on purpose. I make them a little thick, and then I just take my finger and blend them out, and starting at the drip and working my way out towards my cheeks. And that way the blend will come out right. And if you think it's too dark, we're still going to go in one more time and fix that, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now we're getting that ripped pulling look. So now you can use one of two things. You can use a concealer. If it wants to zoom, there we go. Helps if I put it upside right. So that's one thing you can use. The other thing is you can use a powdered highlighter or concealer. And I'm going to go with this pretty light shade. It's not a shimmer, it's definitely matte, but I'm going to use that one. So any space in between the red, you want to add that highlight. And you can see just in these first couple as I place that highlight in there, how it just changes the whole look of this. And it's really going to turn this from looking 2D to more 3D. And that, my friends, is that. You can just see with that highlight itself, it just really changed how this ended up looking. That's why I say if you make little mistakes in the beginning, it all comes together in the end, so don't stress on it. Great ways to do this photo is grabbing your hair and looking like it's pulling. And again, this one really does well in photos rather than real life or on film. And I'll add a few photos from the 2 different times that I did this look here at the end of the video for you. You can pick up one of these black foam boards for a couple of bucks at like Walmart, and they're great for using for photos behind you because like I said, you really want the background to be black to make this pop the right way. Alright guys, I gotta take my happy butt in the shower and get to bed. It's been a 6-day work week. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Here is my eye look if you want to get a close-up of that. I got lots of compliments at work today. Anyway guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye!